If you are looking to start your board game collection, which I'm assuming you are, since, you clicked on the video, these are the 5 that I recommend for you to start with. Well, maybe not right now because of COVID and stuff, that pandemic thing, but you could just do it on Tabletop Simulator too, which is what I've been doing. But when COVID is over, these are the 5 games that you should get to start your addiction. As a note, I will not be going into full detail of each game because some of the games can be fairly complex. Number 1 just has to be Settlers of Catan. Catan is one of the most popular board games out there and is the perfect strategy game to start off. Requiring only 3 to 4 players, you don't even need to have too many friends to play. But if you do have some friends, there is an extension which allows you to play with 5 to 6 people as well. The goal of the game is to get to 10 victory points, which you can do by doing a variety of things within the game. The combination of strategy and RNG and the randomness of die rolling makes this a great introduction to gaming, in my opinion. The replayability of this game is kind of crazy too, because it varies from player to player and the strategy they use per game. And also, the board is different every single game you play. This is a great game that I highly recommend. And let's be honest, if you are a nerd, which you probably are if you're watching this video, then you probably have already played Catan, let's be honest. Number 2 is Coup. This is the first game that my friends and I literally got addicted to. The first night we played this game, we played for hours. And then the next day decided to get together again to play the game even more. It's just that fun. And I think one of the best things about it is it's all about lying. In the base set of the game, there are 5 different cards, 3 of each for a deck total of 15. Each card has different effects, and some of them even have counters to other cards' effects. For example, the Contessa counters and stops an assassin from killing you. You start off with 2 cards, and you don't even need to use these cards' effects because the game is all about lying. You can just pretend you have any other card. Like, you could start a game with 2 ambassadors and just take 3 coins pretending to be a duke, which the first round, a lot of people are going to be a duke. Just prepare for that. And as the game goes on, you can lose one of your 2 cards to a variety of actions. And then once you're out of cards, you are out for that round. This is just such a fun game. It's hard to explain. If you have Tabletop Simulator, I highly recommend you go to the Steam Workshop, find one of the many Coup variants there are on there, download it and try it. Also, being able to play with 2 to 6 people, the variety of how the gameplay even happens due to the number of players varies and makes each game even slightly different on that front. Not even the fact that you can just lie about having anything. And also, this is a great drinking game. But I will say that as the games go on, your attention span might not be the greatest.
One thing I want to add on how much we've played this before is look at the condition of these cards. I need to get a new deck because, especially for this bad boy, there's a crease in it. So if someone notices it, they definitely know you have an ambassador.
The next game brings in a bit of different gameplay, and this is Betrayal at House on the Hill. This is a cooperative game with a defector mechanic, which basically means at the start of the game, everyone is all together until roughly halfway through the game, someone is discovered as being the betrayer and then becomes the villain facing the rest of the players. The betrayer is determined by what cards you draw in a specific room, and because of that, there are 50 total haunts in the base set of the game. That is 50 completely different games. That's crazy. That is, the replayability in this is insane. And then on top of that, the house is different every single time you play because the house is built as you go along throughout the game. And on top of that, there's an expansion you can buy, which is called Widow's Walk. And that adds 50 more haunts. The replayability in this game is literally insane. This game it's so fun too. It is so fun. I've had many late nights playing this game, and needing 3 to 5 people, you don't even need to have too many people. So if you don't have many friends, or if you're a grown-up, you just need a few people to have a night off or a free night during the week. This was, I think, my third or maybe second game I ever bought, and I don't think I've gone through 25 of the 100 haunts I now have because I have the expansion. This is just a great game. That's all I can say. The atmosphere and the way the cards read are very interesting. Even though sometimes over the course of playing the game numerous times, some of the cards can be a little repetitive because there are only 13 Omen cards in the base set of the game. So you repeat those if you play the game enough, but I mean also at the same time there's a lot that can happen during the haunt. I know I kind of delayed there. It's the game. It's just a great game. That's all I can say. Number 4 is the first board game I ever bought. Resistance. This game is incredibly fun. There are 2 teams in the game. There are the spies, and then there are the resistance. The spies try to convince the resistance members to pick them to go on missions, and then if they go on missions, they can choose to succeed or fail the mission. And if the mission fails, then the spies win that round. But if all the players on the mission pick succeed, then the mission succeeds, giving the resistance 1 point closer to winning. This game requires 5 to 10 people. It's more than any of the other games in this list combined. Well, not really, but it's a lot more. But I will recommend that the more people you have, the more fun it is. The mind games played throughout Resistance makes this an incredibly fun game. I love it. Although I will say, if you are looking for a game with a bit more depth, I would recommend Secret Hitler. Secret Hitler is basically the same game, although using liberals and fascists as the 2 team monikers. It's just the same game, but with additional mechanics on top of it, adding potential other winning conditions to the teams. So if you're looking for an even more layered version of the game, Secret Hitler is a really good option as well. Even though I would probably recommend Secret Hitler over Resistance now, I do not regret picking up Resistance being my first game. It was a great introduction into tabletop games, and it got me to this, and I love it. And last but certainly not least is the game Pandemic. Unfortunately very applicable to today's world, but in this game you try to cure and eradicate 4 different diseases that are plaguing the earth. Each player has a different role that can help the team in a variety of ways, from removing more cubes at a city than other players to needing less cards to cure a disease. There are many roles which helps give the game a different flavor every single time you play it because there are more roles than players able to play. And I think one of the coolest mechanics in almost any of the games on this list are the ways you can set the difficulty. So the number of cards you draw per turn, also the number of pandemic cards there are in the deck, can vary depending on how difficult you want the game to be. I think the coolest mechanic is the intensify mechanic of when you draw a pandemic card. Because you draw a pandemic card from the card deck, and then you shuffle all those cards that you just used to infect the cities on the board. You shuffle them up, and then put them back on top, so they are even more likely to get more disease. Admittedly, I haven't played this game in a while. Maybe because it'd be kind of a downer, if I'm being honest. But yeah, I haven't played this game in a while, but I really want to, because just thinking back on some of the games we've had, it's just very fun. It's very different from every other game on this list, where it's a competition to see who gets first, or on teams to see who gets first. Where in this, you're all in it together. You're all going to lose together, or you're all going to win together. And I'll be honest, your first few games you play of this might be losing together. Anyway, that is my list of the 5 board games I recommend to start your gaming collection. If there are any board games that you think I should be recommending, leave them in the comments below. Also, have you played any of these games? How much do you like them, or how much do you not like them? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button and the subscribe if you want to check out some more of my content. I also stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/worldfun23 if you are interested in any live content I make, which honestly lately has been a lot of Terraria. I've been playing Terraria with viewers, so if you are interested in the game Terraria and if you want to jump in the server, you can just stop on by, hit that !server in the chat, and then you'll get the IP address to hop in the game and join us. Also, if you're interested in Star Wars content, I started a new Star Wars YouTube channel, and right now there are only 2 videos up. Unfortunately, there are the lightsabers that are in the current canon, and then my brother and I ranking the original trilogy movies. The prequel trilogy probably will be already out by the time this video airs, but the Disney movies will be coming out soon, so if you want to check out those videos and if you want to see that when that drops, go hit subscribe, hit that bell button, kind of like I hit this mic, and then you'll be notified when the videos come out. Take care, and I'll see you next time.